All right, how's it going, everybody? This is Brian S. Harris, founder and CEO of FAMU, and today we're going to go over quite a bit of information explaining you how to invest in real estate, several different ways, several different options. Just to give you a little brief synopsis about FAMU. We created FAMU pretty much because we're an investor school, and I wanted to learn how to invest in real estate almost a decade ago. And the first thing most people do, as well as myself, is I went to go to a real estate agent school. I wanted to get my license because I thought that they would teach me how to invest in real estate. Well, with that being said, they did not teach me how to invest in real estate. They actually taught me how all of the laws and regulations of real estate. So with that being said, I quickly realized that, hey, I needed either a mentor that could train me on real estate or, learning the rules and the regulations of how to properly sell real estate wasn't really the thing that I wanted to do. And so after years of actually making, millions of dollars with real estate investing and landlording and et cetera, I decided that, hey, I remember how it was when I first got started, so I wanted to actually do my own course and teach others how to properly invest in real estate. So 40 Acres and a Mule University actually teaches the investor how to invest in real estate. We say we're the school for the investor and you. And so let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to actually go over a couple different chapters here. I'll show you quickly the table of contents. You should be able to see my screen here. And real briefly, a little bit, we went over the previous topics of you're already rich, how you have to have a mindset. You have to develop a mindset to literally get where you want to go. You have to have a vision, a clear-cut vision that will take you to where you want to go. And that vision will take you anywhere as long as it's clear and it's plain and it's persistent. It's the most dominating thought on your brain. So we talked about that in the first introduction. And then the intro to finances, focusing on your finance to increase your wealth. That chapter we talked about how to get out of the rat race of life, how to actually develop passive income or cash flow that you would want to generate over time to actually achieve massive wealth or massive results. And we also talked about what banks look for. They look for your financial statement. We introduced you to a financial statement. I know when I was coming up, I didn't know what a financial statement was, and nobody had ever told me about it. So when I went to go in and get loans, the first thing they looked at was, how many assets do you have? And I'm filling out my financial statement like it looks like Greek to me. Well, the financial statement is literally the real world report card. That's how the real world grades you on your financial intelligence. And, we also talked about in course 2 how to spot a great deal and how to buy it. We go over the process of what do you identify? What do you look for? How do you know what's a good deal? I mean, every deal is maybe a nice price, but is it a good deal? How do you know when to buy it? How do you know why is the market pricing property so low? What's the reason for that? You may find a property that's extremely low, and you may think in the back of your mind, man, if it's that cheap, what's wrong with it? Well, it needs a buyer is what's wrong with it. And so, we kind of train you on what to look for, how to buy it, and how to know what's a good deal. The next one that we're going to go over is creative financing to purchase real estate. How do I get the money to purchase property with good credit, bad credit, with a lot of money or little or no money in savings? And we go over that chapter. And then also in course 4, is it always necessary to rehab a property, and how do I know what to rehab? Knowing when and where to tap. So let's go ahead and cover some of these topics here. We'll go over course 3 and briefly give you a quick overview here. Just a second. All right, guys, you should be able to see my screen here, and what we're going to do is go over the course that talks about creative financing for purchasing real estate. And how to get financing is a very important topic. I mean, that's one of the biggest hangups of why most people don't get started in real estate. And guys, I'm here to tell you that if you don't have the money to get involved in real estate, there are other options. It may take you a little bit longer to get the ball rolling, but guys, that's not a reason to not do it. So today, I want to pretty much tell you the topic of you block your dream when you allow your fears to grow bigger than your faith. And that's a huge thing to really understand. You have to have the faith in order to make things happen. You can't, if you see one of these ideas or opportunities to really, make your dream come to life, and you say, oh, well, that's not going to work. Well, you're absolutely right. Confucius said, the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are usually both right. And what that's simply saying is you can pretty much do anything you put your mind to, guys. So let's talk about this course here, Creative Financing for Purchasing Real Estate. How to get the money to purchase property with good credit, bad credit, with a lot of money in savings, or little to no money in savings. And guys, I really like you to see my face here. And of course, if you were in this webinar, you could see my face. But let's talk about the first way, guys, savings. You may be surprised to know that, or to hear this, but when you pretty much start receiving real estate deals, or you go to homesfor10k.com to look at properties, the money you have in your savings might just be enough to purchase your first investment property. And that's something very important to know. The money that you have in your savings might be another. Some people say, you know, I want to save my money up for retirement. And you look at your retirement, and you got to think about this thing. This is one thing that really helped me hit home. If I was making $2,000 a month, and I was saving, let's just say $500 out of every check, and then we know that most people don't save 20% out of every check. But let's just add up the number. Let's just say I'm saving $500 a month out of every check, and I'm putting it up. And in 12 months, I got 500 times 12, that's $6,000. In 10 years, I got $60,000. In 20 years, I got $120,000. And in 30 years, by the retirement age 65, I have $180,000 in 30 years, okay? So that sounds like a lot of money. We know that putting up $500 right now is a goo gobble money for anybody. So to do that consistently over 30 years, I applaud you. But here's the thing that you don't think about. You don't think about the fact that inflation is also taking place. And it's literally outgrowing the rate of you saving money. They say that in order for you to really beat out inflation, you need to make a minimum of 20 to 30% on your money per year to beat out inflation. So the thing that I want you to understand is back in the 1960s, about 30, 40 years ago, or 1970s, rent was about anywhere from $15 to $60 a month for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. You can do your research looking up, but rent was about $15 to $60 to $70 a month to live in a comfortable a neighborhood, a comfortable environment. And so now you think about it, you fast forward 30 years later, how much is the average rent for a 3-bedroom in a decent area? Let's just say it's around $700 to $800 to $1,000 a month right now. So you're pretty much saying that the rent has literally went up, multiplied it by 10. So with that being said, if rent is right now $600, $700, $800, $1,000 a month for a decent bedroom in 2014, well, let's just say in 2045, what do you think the rent will probably be? $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month to live off of? So now let's do the math on that, just living off having a place to live alone. So this is kind of helps you kind of get the understanding of do you save to create wealth, or do you invest to create wealth? So this is what happens. And so, of course, I tell you to get financial advice from your financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but listen to my scenario. So if you spending that money and you're living off of $10,000 a month, pretty much $10,000 a month just to have a place to live, we're not even going to calculate in food, clothes, water, all those things that will probably be outpriced at that point too. So in 12 months, you'll be to spend $10,000 times 12. That's $120,000. Literally in 24 months, you have to have $240,000 to continue living in a place that's renting out for $10,000 a month, and we're talking about in the year 2045. So you think about that. So pretty much in 2 years, you're literally wiped out. You're starting to see a lot of that now today. A lot of people that believe that saving will get them where they are, and they ended up having to go back to work after they've retired. We see them working at Walmart, handing us the bags. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying that those are people that believe that the saving way is the best way. So, guys, I'm telling you that the money that you have in savings is literally one of the best ways for you to start your investment career. Think about the risk that you're taking, not about the risk that if you lose it, but if the risk that you continued on doing what you're doing right now, look at the risk 30 years down the line. You got to think in terms of long distance. So being realistic about it, this theory holds true that if you have $7,000 or more in savings, cash is king in this market, guys. And the more that you have to invest, the more dominant you are in today's real estate market. So you definitely, if you have, $7,000 to $15,000 or even more, guys, welcome to the real estate investment world, guys. That's enough to get you started, guys, to get you going, to get you a good property. Remember to visit homesfor10k.com, guys. And here's another thing. So let's just say if you find a property for $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, and you only have $7,000. Number one, pool your money together with other serious investors. And birds of a feather flock together. Find yourself with other like-minded people and pool your money together to get another property. So, also known as forms of joint venturing, LLCs. Knowing that you can start your real estate investment career with as little as $7,000, guys, if you and 5 other friends scraped up $1,500 apiece, if you only had $1,500, guys, now you have $7,500 to invest. To invest in real estate, and the possibilities are literally endless with this strategy when you surround yourself with like-minded people that are wanting to go where you wanted to go, also investing in real estate, guys. So a word to the wise, make sure that these are friends that you trust, of course, to secure this trust and protect your investment. You know, if they're family members or friends, talk to your closing attorney about forming a joint venture LLC to avoid costly mistakes. We have investment clubs and joint ventures available that we partner with other people all the time at FAMU, guys. But the thing is, find people that you are literally comfortable with and you trust, and that you know are on the same track as you to go to places where you want to go and get that pool of investors started, guys, to get on the same track there. So pool your money together. That's one way of creating financing. Number two, a lot of people may frown on this, and you know, to each his own. Like I said, these are just ideas. Whichever one is most comfortable to you, utilize it. If none of them are comfortable to you, don't utilize it, guys. But credit cards. Number two, credit cards. Most people say, be careful with credit cards. Well, that's a true statement when you're buying liabilities, guys. And if you remember from chapter 1, we talked about assets versus liabilities. If you're buying liabilities with credit cards, guys, guess what? Those liabilities are bills that you have to pay. But if you choose to make a decision to buy assets with your available cash from these credit cards or unsecured debt or whatever the case may be, you can actually change your life by doing so. Like I said, once again, get financial advice from a financial advisor. But once again, I'm an investor. And so I look for all forms of cash. A lot of banks nowadays are not financing people like me in these dreams. So if we want a dream and they send me a card in the mail that has my availability to get my dream on it, a $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 credit line, guess what? I'm going to buy me an asset. And I'm going to turn that asset into a cash-generating revenue. Here's the thing about this. If I was to pull $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 off of one of those cards that they send me in the mail, at one point in time, guys, they were sending these types of credit lines to college students, and guess what they were going to do? Buy Jordan sneakers and all different types of clothes and rims and cars, buying straight liabilities because they didn't have the education to literally build wealth. So if you take that money and you buy an asset and you put that money towards an asset and you buy a house, let's just say at the note, if you pull off $10,000, the note on that $10,000 line is $300 a month, guys. Let's just say if you use that money to flip a house and you flip that house for $20,000, of course, that's a $10,000 profit. Pay off the line, you keep the profit. Or let's just say if you decided to buy a house, put money down on it, fix it up, put a little bit of money in it to fix it up from the line, and now you owe $300 a month on this card, but now you're making $500, $600, $700, $800 a month in rent. So that means you'll be profiting anywhere from $300, $400, $500 a month profit from the rent of utilizing the available cash from one of these cards. So it's a mindset. It's something that you have to learn and be comfortable with. But guys, your money may have came to you in the mail today via one of those you approved cards. So if you're the type of individual that uses credit cards to purchase liabilities, or if you use this same debt to purchase assets, you'll be looking at a whole different financial situation for the better right now, in my opinion. If this is an option that you're interested in, you can definitely, contact us or reach out to us to discuss in more detail. And like I said, I implemented this technique to acquire several properties, and I even had my own cash to use at some of those transactions, but I'd rather use OPM in order to use those transactions, guys. So keep that in mind. You may have the available financing to get the availability of secured cash or unsecured cash from credit cards that come to you in the mail. Let's talk about this next way. Number 3. Number 3 talks about owner financing. What is owner financing, guys? Owner financing is a great way for you to find the financing to acquire properties. And so what does that mean? That means that an owner may own a house already, and he may have a difficult time selling it, or that may just be his strategy for, securing his residual income. So sometimes you can come up on some great deals that are for sale by owner. I know companies that will actually finance you for as little as $5,000 down and to get you in the property, no credit check, all that stuff, no guaranteed income. They don't care about your credit, they care about you. So they allow you to get involved in real estate, guys. They finance you. Rates are as little as 5 to 10%, allowing you to make some money out cash flow, but $5,000 to $10,000 down, guys, you really can't beat that. And a lot of times, this strategic purchase will allow you the same benefits of regular financing with the fraction of the cost. So even if your credit is shot, or in other words, messed up, you'll be able to purchase a property with as little as, it says here, $1,000 down, but $5,000 to $10,000 in this new market. This book was wrote in 2009. This option may not allow you to flip it or wholesale it at a wholesale price, but you can definitely rent the property out or sell it at a retail price, and possibly even wholesale it. It depends on, if you utilize the techniques that we teach you in the Marketing Like a Beast course. This is a great option if your funds are low and you have less than favorable credit. And like I said, I personally purchased over $500,000 worth of real estate with this technique, and I'm telling you, it works wonders. The next thing is, like I said, a lot of my techniques, you don't have to use them. Seek financial advice. But once again, these are ideas. But number 4, it talks about borrowing from your 401k. And we kind of talked about that part when we talked about the savings. But bank financing, if you meet the following qualifications, hey, look, it's a great option for you. You got a 620 credit score, guys, or higher, and sometimes a 650, 660, depending on the bank that you're going to. Pretty much worked the job in the same field for the last 2 years. You got your tax returns to show that, and you've never purchased a property, no money down to put down. Guys, if this is you should contact an in-house loan officer immediately. I mean, there's several different types of banks we can kind of plug you with and get you in contact with that allows you to get to what you need as far as the financing. And so with that being said, if you don't know what your credit score is, you can definitely get your credit score offline of any one of those online credit agencies. But your financial statement, guys, will come into play with this option. So make sure you know how to complete it. So if you haven't taken course 1 with FAMU, make sure you understand what a financial statement is and how it actually works. Number 6, the number 6 option is reverse mortgage. A lot of people are not familiar with reverse mortgages, but let me tell you a little bit about what a reverse mortgage is. It's absolutely wonderful. It's one of the next best things since sliced bread. And what do I mean by that, guys? If you or someone you know is over the age of 62 and they own their home either free and clear or have at least 50% equity in their home or more, this is a great option to access at least $20, $30, or even $100,000 plus in as little as 30 days. Listen to this, guys. No income requirements. They don't care about your income. No credit requirements. All you have to do is be age 62 and own your home with at least 50% equity in it or more. Okay? And you'll have the funds in 30 to 45 days. If you meet that qualification, if you're 62 or older and you own your home and you have equity in it, at least 50% or more, you can pretty much contact us. I can guide you to the right type of loan officer that does reverse mortgages, guys. Even Google it. Look it up. I mean, you probably see commercials about it all the time, but never looked into it. But, guys, this is free access to cash. But remember, when you get this cash, use it to buy assets. Don't buy up a bunch of liabilities. Don't go get new cars. Go get some assets. And then when you make some money from those assets, then go get your toys, guys. Number 7. You can start a rehab business and several different types of business, guys. I mean, it doesn't just have to be a rehab business, but you can start a rehab business inside of real estate. You can start a small startup business, guys. You can do a lot of different things, guys, that allows you to create the financing for buying an investment property. And with FAMU, of course, you know about the free investment property program where you can earn school credits to get a free property. We have now with Homes for 10K to where if you actually take the course, the Homes for 10K course, which teaches you how to flip properties, etc. The course is $10,000, but with that course you get a free deed, a guaranteed deed to a property, which is absolutely amazing for you as well. So kind of, contact us about the the Homes for 10K free deed program. When you take that course for $10,000, you get a deed to a free investment property. Like I said, that's absolutely amazing. You're one of the first people to hear about it. We're going to roll it out in a big way here at the top of the year, and give people an opportunity to literally, change their lives by getting knowledge. And not only getting the knowledge, that's one of the things about these courses. You may get the knowledge, but then you don't go out and get a property. Well, we guarantee that you're going to get a property with us when you take our courses, guys. So that's one thing for sure. When you take the Homes for 10K course, which, like I said, focuses on cash flowing and flipping property. So just to recap, guys, that's all of this course, how to get the financing to purchase properties. And like I said, we're going to go into more detail about this later. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, shoot me a Glide message, a Facebook message, or contact me on my cell phone, guys. And I look forward to speaking with each and every one of you soon. You have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.